Rejoice, for the time is right to pillage and fight in the name of honor. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Viking-themed video games. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be examining some of those games that best embrace and embody the intriguing culture of the Viking Age. Some opt to double down on the violence and turmoil of the time, while others explore the culture and mythology cherished by the Vikings. Number 10, Jotun. Death, rebirth, and the chance to fight another day. Now there's a myth in the making. This action-adventure game puts players in the boots of Thora, a Viking warrior who has recently died and who must now fight their way into Valhalla.
Sigraðu jötnana og sannaðu þig fyrir goðunum.
What's immediately striking about Jotun is its hand-drawn animation style, which gives Thora and her world a charming energy quite unlike other games. Beneath that, though, lies a tight blend of combat and exploration, with Thora gaining new weapons from the gods she bests and working to solve puzzles in between the battles. Number 9, Volgarr the Viking. Volgarr the Viking tasks players with guiding the eponymous warrior, sent forth by Odin, through a series of increasingly challenging stages in order to kill an evil dragon. Much like the game Shovel Knight, the title has you utilizing multiple weapons in combat, such as a wooden shield and a sword, whilst collecting treasure to unlock new abilities. The game's greatest strength lies in its embrace of fair but tough gameplay, matched by its simple-to-grasp action and solid progression system. So where do we sign up to hunt dragons ourselves? Number 8, The Lost Vikings. So, time travel, huh? This charming 1992 puzzle platformer follows 3 time-displaced Vikings, Eric, Balog, and Olaf, in their noble endeavor to return home. First and foremost, The Lost Vikings stands out as a rather vibrant 16-bit era game, but with its cartoon-like character sprites and detailed environments. Beyond that, though, the game proves itself adept in characterization and overall design. The 3 Vikings' dialogue is packed with clever quips, and the levels rely on using the trio's specialized abilities in unison. Odd and unpredictable though it may be, there's no doubt in our minds that The Lost Vikings is quite a delightful experience to behold. Number 7, For Honor.
Let's feast!
So, so a Viking, a knight, and a samurai walk into a bar. And what emerged was this game. Wait, I think I forgot the punchline. Anyway, in this unique hack-and-slash competitive multiplayer game, you can join in on one of these 3 warring factions, with the Vikings here being known as the Warborn. There's also apparently a story mode, which is, it's alright, whatever. But really the best parts of the game lie in its combat system, especially when you're fighting other players and you finish them off by smashing them in the groin with your axe. Oof, that's gotta hurt. Number 6, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. Don't worry, you've not taken a leave of your senses. The direct sequel to 2010's Donkey Kong Country returns. Tropical Freeze pits the lovable Kong family against the newly arrived Snowmads, a group of Viking gear sporting Arctic animals. Building itself on the classic side-scrolling foundation of the Donkey Kong game's past, Tropical Freeze delivers on varied yet consistently stunning levels and lovable characters to enjoy amidst all the action. On top of being entertaining adversaries, the introduction of the Snowmads brings into the fold wood-centric and ornate design elements that ensure that the Viking influence is felt throughout. Number 5, Age of Mythology.
At least Gagarensis has made his path clear.
This is the pass we seek. Beyond is Midgard.
Welcome to the age of heroes and epic conflicts, with a twist. Age of Mythology follows an admiral named Arkantos in his chase of a malevolent Cyclops commander across the globe, leading to interactions with several different civilizations.
Niflheim? Well, good luck. This is Midgard. We must return to our forge.
The game's unique narrative, combining the myths and figures of the Greek, Egyptian, and of course Norse pantheons, is complemented by an exquisite attention to detail when designing units and campaign settings. Furthermore, the intriguing favor resource adds a unique element to play in how it's obtained and accumulated. For instance, the Norse civilization gains this resource by hunting animals and gaining hero units, which differs from the conditions to gain favor for Egypt or Greece. Number 4, Hellblade, Senua's Sacrifice.
Do you hear them too, Senua?
Yes, I heard their screams, and I still hear them now.
Believe it or not, this is actually an indie title, as it was self-published and made by only 13 people. But damn does it leave one hell of a lasting impression. Immediately what makes this game stand out from other AAA action-adventure titles is the titular character. Senua suffers from psychosis, and her symptoms are used to the full effect in this game, with frequent hallucinations and voices in her head.
Raven, how can she get up?
Wait,
It's him. Dark magic draws her closer.
This design choice, in turn, leads to a haunting, atmospheric experience worth checking out, and we highly recommend playing it with headphones on to really experience the full effect.
Your father cannot see what you see, but there is nothing wrong with seeing the world the way you do.
Number 3, Rune. It's grim, it's grotesque, and it's pretty fascinating. Rune basks in Norse mythology, with its central storyline focusing on the Viking king Ragnar, sent forth to prevent the god Loki's world-ending plans. The game proper expands further on this in its gameplay, based around cutting through an array of undead foes and mythological creatures. There's a real effort here to channel a tense mood as Ragnar ventures across snowy peaks and increasingly unsettling parts of the realm. On top of all that, Rune also benefits from a nuanced combat system based on varied strikes and attack types, as well as a good variety of melee weapons to choose from. Fun stuff. Number 2, the Banner Saga.
Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen.
Scale matters not when the execution is so impressive. Case in point, the Banner Saga places you in command of a caravan charged with escorting a prince to a giant-ruled city, in a bid to end conflict between the giants and humans. The adventure largely focuses on player-made choices and how it affects those in said cavern, with tragedy and devastation at times kind of unavoidable. Embracing a dark and at times cynical view of the world, the Banner Saga manages to be compelling thanks to its intense turn-based combat, its complex role-playing elements, and its stark medieval setting. Sporting an art style inspired by such animators as Ralph Bakshi and Don Bluth certainly doesn't hurt either. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
What do you think about the Jarl?
The almighty Jarl thinks he's running on town, but he is wrong with that.
Number 1, The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim. Sometimes direct references and tributes just aren't the way to go. The Elder Scrolls V: Skyrim seems to recognize this philosophy, given that it looks and feels like a Viking-themed game in all but its name. The numerous quests and activities evoke Norse folklore, the setting is appropriately vast and mountainous, and the citizens and villages in Skyrim feel plucked straight from the age of Vikings.
Did you repair the blade? This is the first time I've had all the pieces, thanks to our shield brother here.
From its pantheon of gods to its plentiful political strife, from its brutal violence to its awe-inspiring vistas, this is proof positive that drawing from real-world influences can result in powerful fantasy experiences. Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.